song. Would it be too early in the morning to hear a bit of a song?
No. Yeah.
Okay, well yes means then don't sing. And no means yes, go ahead. But I'll just take it that you'd like me to sing a song, would you? Mick certainly does there, I think, anyway. So here you go. Here's an old Dublin street ballad called Easy and Slow. It was down at Christchurch that I first met with Annie, a neat little girl and not a bit shy. She told me her father, who came from Dungannon, would take her back home in the sweet by and by. So what's that to any man, whether or no, whether I'm Maisie or whether I'm true? As she lifted her petticoat easy and slow, and I tied up my sleeve for to buckle her shoe. There you go, there's 27 more verses, but sure, that'll do for now. Oh, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy that. I've got a few songs in mind to sing for you later today. In fact, I even brought a ukulele with me today to talk to you all with, yes. But yeah, I'm going to be your tour guide for the day, so I'll be chatting to you about this place that you're all visiting as well, and also maybe singing you a few songs and telling you about Irish history and everything like that. But yeah, we're just leaving Dublin here through a famous part of the city. This is the Liberties area of Dublin. The Guinness storehouse is around here. In fact, Guinness has been brewed from this part of Dublin for more than 250 years now. And along the way they've had a fantastic marketing campaign which has seduced the likes of myself. Got sucked in by Guinness at an early age, so I did. I think Mick as well is a casualty of Guinness's great marketing also. So that's what you can hear about if you visit the Guinness storehouse, all the history of Guinness and its marketing and how it's made and all the rest. But what I think one of the nicest things about the Guinness storehouse experience is the view that you get at Dublin. The gravity bar gives you a 360-degree view of the city from a height that you wouldn't really get anywhere else. So on a clear day you can see all the way to the Wicklow Mountains, in fact, where we're headed. So that's all into the left there, the famous Guinness storehouse. But folks, I just want to let you know what the plan is now, what you're going to be seeing today, where we're going to be bringing you, and what you have to look forward to and all the rest. The plan is that we're going to drive directly from here to our first stop of the day, which is, for many people, a highlight of this tour, and that's Richard Cullen's sheep farm. So that'll be our first stop. We should arrive there in about an hour's time, hopefully, if the traffic isn't too bad. And Richie, the farmer there, will be waiting for us. He does a great job of welcoming people to the farm and telling them about his family background and what life is like on the farm, and then he's going to do a show for you all. He's going to get one of his border collie sheepdogs out to do what they were born to do, following the farmer's commands and chasing the sheep around the field. So it's a great spectacle, one that you can photograph and video to your heart's content. We're going to visit there first and probably spend about a half an hour or so on the sheep farm. You'll get to see the show with the dogs, and also, if your heart desires it, you can even pick up a lamb for a photograph. So that'll be our first stop of the day. That's a really nice way to begin things. And once we finish up at the sheep farm, we're going to take you from there to Glendalough. Glendalough is only about 6 or 7 minutes around the corner, so it's quite close to the sheep farm. And when we get to Glendalough, we're going to be spending 2 hours there. Now, you guys are going to have an opportunity to walk to see the upper lake of Glendalough. You'll have time to do that walk, and also a chance to take a walk through the monastery, through the ruins of the old monastic city there. In fact, I'll be offering a walking tour myself through the monastery when we get there. But just before we arrive to Glendalough, I'm conscious that at this time of year there's no food truck at the entrance to the monastery. Usually there's a food truck where you can get something to eat or drink, you know. But seeing as that is closed today, I think in between the sheep farm and Glendalough we might make a quick stop at a shop so you can maybe grab a sandwich or something like that, because otherwise you mightn't have anything to eat for the morning. But we'll spend, like I said, a couple of hours in Glendalough, and when we finish up there sometime after 12 o'clock we're going to take you on to Kilkenny City then. But it's rather a nice drive. Mick's going to take us higher up into the Wicklow Mountains, up over Turrock Hill, And it's a drive that takes usually about an hour and a half or maybe a little bit more to get to Kilkenny City. I'll be chatting to you a little bit more about Ireland along the way. And once we get to Kilkenny, sometime after 2 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to spend 2.5 hours in that city. Now, Kilkenny is a medieval city, and quite an attractive medieval city. There's a few tourist attractions as well. You know, a couple of museums and a cathedral with a round tower you might like to climb, a few different things like that. So before we get to Kilkenny, I'll let you know what your options are there, what you might like to do with your time, which will be 2.5 hours once again. But it's a great place to eat, Kilkenny as well. You can get a lovely lunch for yourself in any of the pubs or restaurants there. Nice place to shop too. So yeah, that's where we'll be this afternoon for 2.5 hours, and you can do what you want with the time there. I'll once again offer a walking tour at the beginning of our time there. The Garden of Ireland. All the counties in Ireland kind of had nicknames, really. 32 counties there are on this island, north and south of the border. And we know this place is the Garden of Ireland. I think that's partly on account of its natural beauty, really. It's a place where people come to enjoy the great outdoors. So lots of hiking goes on up here, lots of hiking and camping and cycling and all that kind of thing. And it's a beautiful part of Ireland, the Garden of Ireland here, and I think some of the nicest parts of our journey today are actually coming up in the next few minutes. We're quite near the Sugarloaf Mountain here to the left, a place I remember hiking up when I was young. And but yeah, it's great, it's so close to the city, you know. You get down here in about half an hour, like I said. So some people you know, who might work in Dublin, work in the city, but don't like to live in the big smoke, you know, and have a place down here. So yeah, beautiful part of Ireland, and there's some of the beauty of it there to the right, some of those nice views. It'll be a bit colder up here today, of course, because we've been up into the mountains a little bit, but haven't seen a whole lot of snow this winter. Certainly in the lower lands of Ireland, the coastline, stuff like that, we've had, I don't think, any snow this winter. Might have got a tiny bit at the start of the year. But usually up in the higher parts of the mountains you get a bit, but it's just been an unusually kind of mild winter so far, so we'll see if a cold snap comes and we get a bit of snow in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's a popular place, like I said, for hiking. Some of the trails you can hike here, you can, you know, for about a week. The Wicklow Way, for example, you can walk for about a week, staying in guest houses or camping along the way. And St. Kevin's Way, you can walk probably for nearly a whole day, and that connects Hollywood Village to Glendalough. We're going to be doing that drive today ourselves, and we might see some of the hill walkers on that trail, St. Kevin's Way. For yourselves, today you guys will have an opportunity to walk from the monastery and the visitor centre at Glendalough to the edge of the upper lake. That's a walk of about 25 minutes or so, so you'll have enough time to walk there and enjoy the views of the lake and make it back to the coach in time. But if you ever come back here another time, yeah, longer trails to walk as well, and a lot of cycling goes on up here too. At the weekend sometimes we encounter a lot of cyclists on the road here. It can actually be quite tricky for making our other drivers at times, particularly on a Saturday and Sunday. You can come across a creature up here known as a mammal. It's an acronym, middle
We're at a dog sheep farm and they're doing a show. The dog is the commander. The sheep are so fat. They're so fat. They have cute faces. They have the cutest face. Hello. Hey. Hello. They have the cutest face. Oh. Oh, they're so fat. They're so fat. The man, the owner here, his name is Archie, I think. He's a fourth generation sheep farmer. I'm on the bus tour. This is the first stop. It's a sheep farm tour. I get to see the sheep up close. Hey. Hello. Oh, they're so fat. This is Archie, the owner.
So, a little bit about the sheep next. We've 3 breeds of sheep here on the farm at the moment. This breed here are called a Dorset breed. I've about 25 of these on the farm. Purely because this breed is capable of giving me lambs from maybe August right up to Christmas, which I do be trying to have here to have young lambs for the demonstration. The main breed I have here, and you will see 2 of them below in the sheep tunnel, is called a Wicklow Cheviot. They're a white sheep with a white face. You can see some of them up there to the trees. And they'd be my main flock. They'd make up 90% of it. If I was doing no tours in here, it'd be all Wicklow Cheviot. Very suitable for mountain grazing and for holding condition on it. And the third breed, and there's one in the sheep tunnel again, she's a black and white face. She's called a Suffolk Cheviot cross. So she's half Cheviot, half Suffolk. I do run some black Suffolk rams with my Cheviot breed, just with some, and I'd sell all those crossbreeds mostly on as income here for the farm. They're well sought after, those crossbreeds for breed. The markings of the sheep, the green C, that's my brand identification. My second name's Cullen. Everybody would have their own marking. My brother would have a red C, my neighbour Styles have a blue D on the hip. And that'd be really important when the main flock is on the mountain, mixed in with other flocks. The blue mark is, this one had a lamb in August. I just marked it with some problems, so I just marked it for my own use. The red mark on the back of her, for the life of me can I remember what I put it on for. So there we are on that one, that happens. And more marks would accumulate on the main flock in that the mothers are expecting 2 a mark, first time lammers, and then the rams when they're mating would have a marking. So these marks would all have a reason as such. Why we're in business is really to produce lamb for the market. Our climate grows quite a lot of grass, so we can condition lambs for market primarily off that cheap natural food source. The wool market would have changed. In other generations, it was the main earner of a sheep farm.
The owner Archie just told me he doesn't do horseback riding. When the sheep are up there getting the grass, the mountain is his. Archie said he would walk. The horses don't get up there. That's a first time experience for me. So cute. It's actually a sheep farm. Cute, 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 cute. Oh, so cute. Archie is working in a farm. They are baby sheep. The baby. How old is this one, Archie?
These are only 4 days old. How do you want this little eye?
They're 4 days old. They're already walking.
Oh,
This one is a 4 day old. Archie said this is a 4 day old baby sheep. Hello, baby. Baby. 4 days old.
And the others will be about 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Can I feel it? Oh,
Yes, of course.
You get the real young one.
this is a 4 day old. Hi. Hi.
This is 2 weeks. 2 weeks old.
This is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That baby is 4 days old. 4 days old. That's 2 weeks old.
Can I clean it off? Or
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. This is 4 days old. The baby is getting milk. This baby is only 4 days old. Archie told me right now they don't have green grass, so in the pile of hay in the center is their food. But Archie would also give them special diet like a pallet of nutrition. The baby 4 days old is getting her milk. That's a mama sheep. It's a mama sheep. There are 2 babies. The other 2 babies are 2 weeks old. This one is 4. The the baby little is 4. The mama sheep. Why this one sounds like? Oops.
Alright, get your last few photographs because we're going to move to the next stop now.
Okay.
thank you.